You recognise Bath, one of the oldest and most picturesque grounds in English rugby. We haven't quite got the summer sunshine we were hoping for, and I don't think the ice cream salesman's going to be doing a roaring trade, but our Festival of Sevens rugby will still be worth watching. It should be fast, furious and a lot of fun. Welcome to the JP Morgan Premiership Sevens, back for a second season. If you've been missing your rugby fix over the summer, fear not, as all the top clubs are involved bidding for Sevens supremacy. It's a real chance for the young stars of the future to stake a claim for regular rugby, and Saracens lifted the trophy a year ago, and we know what they went on to achieve. It's a simple format. The top 12 Premiership clubs split into 3 regional groups with 4 in each, and we get the ball rolling here in Bath as they host Exeter, London Irish and Harlequins. The top 2 from each group go through to the finals at the Twickenham Stoop next month.
It's exciting. It's something that's really coming on as an event that is building. There's more people playing it. It's fun, it's fast. It'll be Olympic sport in 2016, so we just thought it was a growth event and something that's, it's grassroots, something that would be really great to be involved with.
Well, tonight's hosts, Bath, will be desperate to get to those finals at the Twickenham Stoop, and they're captained by Paul Roberts. Paul, Sevens rugby is high-octane stuff. Are you ready for the challenge?
I think so. It's been we've had a tough few weeks pre-season. We've been working on with all the fitness staff, so if anything, it's another fitness session, and there's only positives to come out of it from there. If we play well, if we do well, represent ourselves well, then hopefully get onto the Stoop in a few weeks' time. There
are some key names here in terms of Sevens rugby. Someone like Ollie Lindsay-Haig, who's played for England. Who are the names to perhaps watch out for in this Bath side?
Well, we probably don't have any big names at the moment, but maybe after tonight, a few guys. We've got JJ Kilmartin to look out for, and he's going to be on the wing, hopefully running a few tries in. Another lad called Joe Buckle, who's going to be in our forwards tonight. Hopefully he's looked good in training, he's looked sharp, so I'm looking out for them 2 guys tonight to make a good impression with the Bath fans.
Yeah, I saw you coming through town. It was quite a laid-back walk to the ground. How seriously are you taking this?
We're taking it seriously. We want to do well. Definitely, last year I was involved, it was up in Northampton, but I think now, this year at the Rec, a bunch of young boys are really keen. Some guys haven't played at the Rec yet, being involved in front of the home fans, so definitely really keen today to make a good impression. We're relaxed as of the moment, but when it comes down to kick-off, everyone will be keen and ready to go and aiming to win.
And how excited are rugby players getting about the shortened form of the game? Because it's an Olympic sport now. It means quite a lot, doesn't it? Yeah,
I think it's definitely a chance to show off your skills a bit more. There's a bit more open space. Not too many tight 5 guys get involved, but the backs and the back rowers definitely see it as a chance to put their names out there. Ollie Lindsay-Haig, like you mentioned before, made himself a bit of a name through Sevens, and that can then bring you into the 15-a-side game. So definitely Sevens is making a name for itself, and boys are trying to get more and more involved.
Well, good luck this evening. Bath open up against Harlequins. Here's Richard Henwood to run you through the rest of the evening.
Get set for a fast and furious evening of rugby. 6 games, 7 minutes each way, and each team playing 3 times. This is a chance for 1 or 2 stars of the future to make their mark. The hosts kick off against the tournament favourites Harlequins, and then it's London Irish against the Exeter Chiefs, who were held up by problems on the M5 getting to Bath, but they've made it in time for kick-off. And they'll need to hit the ground running. After their match with Irish, they're straight back into action against Quins. Then the home team take to the field again, this time against London Irish. A quick turnaround then for Irish, who immediately play their final game of the evening against Harlequins. And the entertainment is completed by Bath and Exeter. It's 4 points for a win, 2 for a draw. And just a reminder that there's a bonus point on offer if a team can run in 4 tries, or if they're beaten by 7 points or fewer.
Bath hosted the finals a year ago but failed to qualify, so they'll be hoping to go one better. They face Harlequins in the very first game of this summer series. Your commentators are Ben Kay and Nick Mullins.
Bath, the club who hosted the final here 12 months ago, but failed to make their own party. They finished bottom of their qualifying group at Franklin's Gardens. 3 matches, 3 defeats. Poorest record, actually, of any of the other clubs in the tournament last season. Included a 47-0 defeat to Gloucester. They've looked a little bit more purposeful in the early stages of this one, although it remains scoreless. Won't be for long. Rather short of tries normally in 7s, as Mantella is castled on halfway. Driven on by Chris York, one of those who tasted first-team action in the Premiership last season. This is Ollie Lindsay-Haigh. We expect him to really run things for Harlequins, one of those with great 7s experience, and it was Ollie Lindsay-Haigh's pass and Miles Mantella's handoff that leads to the first try of this season's JP Morgan Asset Management 7s, and it's gone to Harlequins and it's gone to Miles Mantella.
Yeah, you can see the Ollie Lindsay-Haigh, the 7s pedigree, not trying to take everything forward, just looking for the space, even goes behind himself.
Move away.
Bath offering the threat on the floor at the moment. The break was made by Ben Mosses, England under-18 centre, and they have to make the most of this. A little bit scrappy, it's tidied up by Matt Keat. Scrum half signed full-time with the club back in February. A couple of minutes left to go in this first half as the chip through from Ben Mosses leads to the penalty. Paul Roberts is the skipper. This is Mosses, who drives himself, offloads the ball to Tom Heathcote, and Bath are level in quick time.
Yeah, textbook by Mosses. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Pinpointed 2 defenders, runs in between them, knows he can get his hands free if he does that. The simplest fall over the line for Tom Heathcote.
Leave it there. Release! Yeah.
Quinn's taking possession away quickly through Sam Smith, and then the ball outside to Ollie Lindsay-Haigh, and the 7s expert, the regular with England in the IRB World Series this season, takes Harlequins back ahead.
Yeah, and the Bath boys just switched off. Penalty was given against them, and in 7s you've just got to get back. Can't be worrying about what it was given for or taking a breather.
Second try for Harlequins from number 4, Ollie Lindsay-Haigh.
Had a successful conversion so far, but that was the closest from Urda Pajetta.
Engage! Let's go, please.
Quinn's looking for the try that might yet finish it for them. This is Ross Chisholm. Oh, the first real sign of afterburners. And Ross Chisholm, who has really started to make his mark at Harlequins, makes his mark on this tournament in the grandest of fashions.
Yeah, fantastic balance running. Gets the ball, a little bit of a show to the man on the switch. As I said, just lights the fuse and away he goes.
Scorer for Harlequins, number 10, Ross Chisholm.
The search for space and the search for an increase in numbers remains the same, though, and the chip ahead from Paul Roberts in the end didn't profit the home side, gathered in by Smith. Urda Pajetta. This is Chisholm from 50 metres further out than last time, but it creates the space and the charge for the line. Beautifully done, and in the end the score was rather gift-wrapped for Ben Mosses, but again the pace that was started started by Chisholm. Smith was the final piece on the end of it. And Quins, I think, have secured a bonus point win right at the end, their 4th try. They've won this one by 24 points to 5. Next up, Irish against Exeter. The Exiles lost all 3 matches in this tournament a year ago. Much will depend on young Guy Armitage tonight if they're to break their duck. The latest of the Armitage brothers to break through at the club. James Lightfoot-Brown and Anthony Watson all to arrive here with much promise. It's a big night, though, for the returning Mark Foster, fit again after breaking his leg last season. Herbie Stupple, Dave Ewers, James Phillips all played their part in last season's memorable adventure, as did this evening's skipper Chris Whitehead. There is Armitage as the wind starts to buffet, and Charlie Baffour tried to break free. James Lightfoot-Brown is number 1, and this is outstanding skill. Absolutely fabulous try. Anthony Watson in the end completely bamboozling Jack Knoll, who's no slouch himself. Elder brother Marcus Watson had some time at the club before he left at the end of the season. Well, this is what Anthony Watson can do.
We've seen some good individual tries already, but this takes it to a new level. Nothing on in midfield, just literally one-on-one, beats his man, and then has enough nous to find a route all the way to the line.
And release!
2 minutes to half-time. Irish penalty.
Holding on.
Taken
advantage.
Quickly by Holgate. He's playing for London Scottish last season. A couple of the players in this side this evening were playing for Scottish in their promotion season back to the Championship. This is Watson again. We've seen what he can do, but the tackle needed to be made by Knoll, and it was, but out of the tackle they found Armitage. And Irish have scored 2 contrasting tries, but 2 very well-worked tries.
Yeah, again, Anthony Watson, I thought he was going to butcher this try. He steps too far inside, goes straight into the defenders. Just the awareness and the offload out the back door to Armitage, who was supporting really well. Just good awareness of where his supporting player was.
Time on.
Neil Hatley there, responsible for the tactics of London Irish, one of the finest sevens players ever to grace
play on.
a rugby field.
I was talking to Neil this morning about the kind of preparation they put in for this, and he laughed.
Thank you.
I don't think they spent a great deal of time, to be honest.
To be fair, they're playing tactically better than Exeter.
They're going to score another try here. Out to Guy Armitage. He was taking his time, which Jack Knowles was perhaps more interested than he had a right to be. But the Chiefs are being blown away here. Irish in the first 7 minutes have scored 3 tries.
Thank you.
Second try for match for London Irish number 2, Guy Armitage.
He worked that penalty really well, Exeter's number 2, just by getting his foot into the right position.
Now then, real opportunities here for the Chiefs for the first time. It's taken on by Jack Arnott, who escapes the clutches. I think it was Neville Edwards who was stretching hard to make the tackle, but not enough, and the Chiefs are on the board, and Arnott's the scorer.
And release! That's fine, he's first on his feet. Away 3!
Chiefs have burgled it back. Henry Slade wide to Arnott, and perhaps this match is not done yet. Well, we've got 90 seconds to go. If the conversion goes over, they'll be right back in it.
Come on, London Irish looked like they've eased off the pace. They thought it was going to be a walkover.
Big kick, big kick, and he has got it.
Are we good, Clint? And release 10! No!
Time's up. This is Slade. Is there to be one last dash for glory? Matt Goddard going, and he's got a score, I think. Goddard will score, and if he goes under the posts, it's a golden opportunity to square the match. Well, Irish will be kicking themselves. They led 19-0 at half-time, and Exeter, showing the stickability that they showed all last season in the Premiership, look like they've rescued a couple of points from this match. And there's the kick that has us level. The most spectacular match of this evening so far ends with honours even, but for the Chiefs it'll feel much more like a win.
You can't take your eyes off Sevens for 2 minutes, can you? A late score from Exeter, earning them a draw against London Irish. Harlequins, earlier winners. Join us after the break for more Sevens action. Welcome back to the Rec and the first leg of the Premiership Sevens. You can't eat too many burgers if you want to play this sport. The players have to be fit, skillful and mentally strong. The training can be brutal. Exeter have been running up and down sand dunes to get in shape, while Harlequins had a visit from a man who knows all about the hard graft. He's one of our greatest ever Olympians, sailor Ben Ainsley.
I'm down here today really just to catch up with the Harlequins Sevens team in the build-up to the JP Management Sevens finals. It's a great opportunity for me to train with these guys. For me, with the sailing that I do, I have to bulk up, try and put on about 10 kilos of body weight. And so to be in the gym with these guys, out on the pitch training, it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed it and certainly picked up some good tips for my training. It's always interesting to talk to other sports people, different sports, about how they train, you know, nutrition, all these different areas of sport. And certainly today, I found it really interesting training with these guys. You know, how they, the number of times they train a day, the weight sessions, the nutrition, and then just some of the skills on the field as well. So it's been very interesting to have such, access to really the top of rugby and see these guys in action and train with them. I feel very privileged.
It does beat and stay on. You still press it back to the middle, but it doesn't count towards your score. Okay, so you have 1 minute to do as many as you can.
There are some similarities with the training on the aerobic side and the weight training. I mean, the end goal is pretty similar in terms of just trying to put on muscle mass and be aerobically fitter. It's interesting to take some techniques away, and it's just great to hang out with them and have some good training.
Well, it's quite amazing to have Ben down here, considering he's a 3-time Olympic world champion. I mean, that's amazing from any sport. And to train with him, do a bit of fitness training, third ball around is quite amazing.
It's good to come down and share ideas and see how other people train and just chat things through, and obviously get him involved with the boys for some of the arduous work. Yeah, he's got a bit of work to do on his rugby skills, but on the general conditioning and his eye-hand coordination, he was actually very, very good, as you'd expect, I suppose.
He kept up with me quite well, and to be honest, he was pretty strong, so it's quite nerve-wracking to have someone who's 34 pretty much beating me on the fitness test.
Hopefully I can come along and watch these guys play, and I really hope they get through to the final and win it.
Well, looking at him, I think Ben Ainsley would have made a very good rugby player. Let's see if all that training he's been doing with Harlequins down at the Stoop pays dividends. They're up against Exeter.
Now, what I'd like to know is how tough it's going to be for Exeter, having just played less than 10 minutes ago. What kind of a turnaround is that for them?
Well, I've never seen a turnaround quite like it. We thought last year, actually, it would be a massive disadvantage to the team coming out back-to-back, but actually it benefited them to some extent because they barely have time to warm down. They've had a very long journey, a few cobwebs blown out in that first game, and they're straight back out again.
Here goes Arnott again. London Irish won't need any reminder of his ability to score tries.
Roll. Leave the ball.
And Quinn's not rolling away from the tackle. Chiefs penalty.
Yeah, not a bad idea, actually. Penalties, giving penalties away in sevens is always a good idea because you get 6 guys in a line as opposed to committing 2 on the floor. And these refs are quite tame on giving sin bins to players, so it's a good tactic, actually.
Here goes Chisholm, taking on Arnott. He's got... Oh, he didn't need him. How far did Chisholm run? Had Sam Smith up in support, but he was always the decoy that was never used. And another fabulous score from Chisholm. Fully aware of where he was, where the defence was, what his options were, and in the end he just carried on running and scored. Back. And stolen back well by Jack Knoll. Highly thought of, but then again it's Harlequins who come away with possession. This is Chris York. Urda Pajetta gets the ball away. Sam Smith cuts back inside. Where's the support? It's there again from Urda Pajetta, who will twist and turn and go on his own and score their second try.
I won't try and pronounce his name.
Back. Extra having to work at the moment without Jack Knoll, who's down injured, so defensively with 7 it's very difficult. With 6 it's going to be almost impossible. Can Quins make the most of the gaps that will inevitably be in Exeter's defence? And the answer most emphatically from Sam Smith is yes.
Play on.
They'll think they've got this match under control. I suspect that Quins might not make the same mistake that the Irish did, and another try would certainly finish it, and that is pacey, and it is the try that's eventually from Charlie Walker that will surely finish off the challenge of the Chiefs if it wasn't finished off already. It's Henry Taylor getting back to make that latest tackle, still 17, just at school. Indication of the youthful quality of this Harlequin squad. Drilled by the wily veteran Howard Graham, and they are the quality act here, it seems, this evening, and they're on the charge again with Mantella. Chisholm's outside, surely will not make the same mistake again, although he had to stretch, but this time he does score.
Pause, engage! Square and steady, back the back, you're going. Go 10.
Taylor takes it quickly. Take your hat off to the Chiefs' defence, because their lungs must be burning, but they're continuing to try and make life difficult for Harlequins, but in the end it's just sheer weight of numbers, and Joe Treyfoot is the latest to go over, England under-18 back rower. And Harlequins now have around half dozen.
Blue, move, wrong side, leave the ball. 12 blue, roll, play on.
Well, again, that's the 4th kickoff of the day that they've retained possession on. And it just makes it so easy for them to give themselves try-scoring opportunities.
Clifford back to Charlie Walker, and out to the man who is rapidly becoming the man of the evening, Ross Chisholm. Scores his hat-trick, and he has dominated this match and has stars all around him, and this has been an emphatic performance from Harlequins, emphatic in capital letters.
That's a yes.
Well, that was impressive. Chisholm, 3 tries in this match, now has 4 in total this evening. And Harlequins have followed up their 24-5 win against Bath with that enormously impressive dissection of the Chiefs.
So we're midway through the evening, and already Harlequins have booked their place in the finals early next month. 2 thumping wins for them, some fantastic 7s rugby, and a massive 11 tries from their 2 bonus point victories. It means they're on a maximum 10 points and guaranteed to finish in the top 2. They can relax in their final game against London Irish. Plenty to play for though for all the other teams. Irish currently 2nd because of superior points difference, but no doubt keen to make amends for the second half slip-ups which cost them victory against Exeter. Exeter's chances of being in the top 2 have been hit by that big defeat against Quins. Their points difference is now minus 43. But of course there's plenty of rugby still to be played. Host Bath are currently bottom after just 1 match, but now they get the chance to put points on the board for the first time as they play London Irish in the 4th game of the evening.
Harlequins clearly setting the pace so far, and we're joined by one of their key men, Ollie Lindsay-Haig. 2 from 2. How pleased with how it's going so far?
Yeah, very pleased. I mean, the boys are really performing, especially in the second game. We're playing just how we like to play, moving the ball, a lot of pace onto it, and came away with a win.
How are the legs and the lungs? Because you are clearly still in pre-season at this stage of the season.
It feels better in the second game. The first game I was struggling quite a bit, but I think as you go on, your legs get used to it and it gets better as it goes.
Well, England Sevens coach Ben Ryan has tipped Harlequins to win the first leg of this series. Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of it, but I mean, we've got a great side, so we're backing ourselves to win. I mean, we're going to do our best to win it, and we're looking forward to winning it, yeah.
Now, Harlequins are actually hosting the finals. Are you kind of under orders from Conor O'Shea to make sure you reach those finals? Don't come back over here unless you do.
No, not at all. I mean, all Quins play is to win it, so I mean, that's all we're trying to do. That's the way we play, look to win and bring trophies back home. Sevens quite massive at the moment, I mean, because it's in the Olympics, and it's a great way to look onto 15s as well. I mean, it's got everything you need to, power, pace, so that it really helps you play in your 15 side, which I'm also looking for it to help do, as well as play for England.
It does. Well, good luck in the rest of this particular tournament. Ollie, thank you very much indeed. We're at the halfway stage down at the Rec here in Bath. Join us after the break. Welcome back to the first leg of the Premiership Sevens, where we're joined by a man whose family could almost form their own Sevens team. Guy Armitage, younger brother, of course, of Delon and Stefan Armitage, the England internationals. Have you guys ever thought of forming a Sevens team? Because there's 5 brothers in all, aren't there?
Yep, of course. It's something that's been mentioned to us over the years. If we're all in the same place, maybe it could have been.
I gather actually 4 London Irish, 3 of you have played in the Middlesex Sevens together, haven't you? How was that experience?
That was a great experience. It's the first time we've ever played together, the first time I got to play with any of my brothers. So it was a really great experience, and to have one win and be runner-up for one of them was just amazing, really.
Now, you haven't been in training for very long, have you? Because you're fresh back from the Junior World Cup.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean, a bit disappointing in the final, I guess.
Yeah, it was. Well, after all the teams, they had them on the run, and we did our analysis and saw that they do have weaknesses and they can be beaten. A few decisions didn't go our way, and the game got turned and they took it at the end.
Should say England, of course, losing to New Zealand. London Irish in the Sevens, that was almost your game, wasn't it? But Exeter, good fight back.
Oh, it was a great fight back. Exeter Chiefs come up in the Premiership last season, and they've just fought their way back. They're known for coming back, so we shouldn't have let it slip.
Absolutely. And how important is this Sevens tournament to London Irish as you're building towards the new Premiership season?
Oh, it's a great importance. With the club coming back, it's a fresh season. A lot of players have moved out, a lot of players have come in, so to get everyone having a run out, showing the coaches what we can do, it's a really good opportunity for us.
And I know you've just got back from visiting your brother Stefan in Toulon, where he's going to be playing his rugby this coming season. How is he getting on down there?
Oh, really well. Training's going well. He's getting back in shape, which is a surprise. But he's really enjoying himself and he's happy with the move.
Excellent. Well done, Guy.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time. We'll let Guy go because he's going to no doubt be in the thick of action as London Irish take on Bath.
Kind of do or die for these two. Bath against London Irish. Bath having lost their opening game 24-5 to Harlequins. The Irish throwing away a 19-0 lead against Exeter at half-time, and in the end having to settle for a draw. You would have to make them the favourites, but they will need to be much sharper at the start of this match than they were at the end of their previous one. Ben Mosses goes on the charge, finds Tom Heathcote. This is a purposeful start. JJ Kilmartin trying to show the pace that earned him a place in Harlequins' team last season. Left the stoop, now at the Rec, playing for Bath 12 months on. Ball chipped through. It's asking an awful lot of Joe Buckle to chase that, and in the end Ollie Brown got across, but that's something of a lottery pass, and this would be an absolute gift if Bath can make the most of it. Got enough numbers to the ball. Surely have to score. Good old-fashioned charge to the line from Joe Buckle. It's like the 15-a-side game, and eventually they get there, but goodness me. London Irish in the last half and the start of this one have started in suicidal fashion. This is Buckle. Clatters with the tackle of Charlie Broughton. Number 8 is Matt Keat, scrum half in the full-size version of the game, and this is JJ Kilmartin. Nearly got away. Tackle needed to be made by Anthony Watson, and indeed made it was. But it's been a very bright start for the home team.
It really has. It really has. All the momentum's with them. Again, from the kick-off, winning their own kick-off, London Irish are just totally starved of the ball and have been defending for the first 3 minutes of this game, and consequently have conceded 2 tries.
Joe Buckle had half of the West Country to run around in. And Bath have scored their second try. Now, what the Irish made of. A storming start to this tournament with those 19 unanswered points against the Chiefs in the first half. Having to come from behind themselves, and they're making life even more difficult for them. This is Buckle again, got the ball away neatly, but Ben Pritchard, the Irish academy flanker, made sure that the ball came back on their side, and now it is they who are charging to the other end of the pitch. Ball just caught up on the breeze. It was a bouncing ball, but picked up and scored in the end by Ollie Brown. And the man who rather gifted Bath their first score redeems himself by getting the Irish on the board for the first time. Watson manages to get the ball away. Sinnott hangs on to it. Bath's defending with time ticking away remains firm. Here goes Charlie Baffour. Club have been watching him for a while, and then the ball back inside, and Tim Holgate will score. Regular try scorer with London Scottish in their promotion season last season as they made it to the Championship, and now a scorer in the mini version of the game here at the Rec.
2 metres, please.
Irish with their own ins and outs over the summer. Salala Mapasu has gone, Elvis Seviali'i. Two midfielders, Lamb, Malone, Stower, Stephen Armitage. So they're looking for players to fill those gaps as well. I wonder whether Anthony Watson might have a role to play long term. This is Charlie Broughton going on his own and getting the ball down. That's what Sevens is all about. From nowhere to the try line in the blink of an eye.
Well, that's it, but we come back to the kick. Bath have kicked the ball away. In control, just about to score a try perhaps. 10 seconds later, London Irish have scored at the other end, and they can only blame themselves actually for that.
The Irish, having been 14-0 down, are now 17-14 up. Complete reverse of their opening game against the Chiefs, but Bath are fighting their way back into this, and poor old Tom Heathcote just handed the ball back to Ben Lonergan. But then Irish handed the ball back to Heathcote. Can't go on his own, but JJ Kilmartin might. He has got some wheels, and he rides them over the try line, and Bath are back ahead.
Well, turnover to turnover eventually leads to 7 points. Great pace there from Kilmartin down the wing.
Guy Armitage was brought down rather unceremoniously there, perhaps just a hint of a high tackle, but there was nothing doing. This is Anthony Watson. Pins back his ears, and he's well tackled by Richard Lane. Irish still have possession though. Broughton manages to get the ball away. Finds Jack Motes, and that's the try to be scored by Watson.
This is always a tricky position for a team. They've got 40 seconds to run down. They don't need to score a try necessarily to win the game. They just need to run the clock down.
Armitage just held up short. Crowd desperate to give their boys some inspiration.
I'd like to see that tackle again, Nick.
Here they go. This could be a dramatic end to the match. It was real race for the line between Lane and Watson. Lane in the end was caught. Time's up. Irish get their mitts on the ball. That will be that. But Bath are working hard through Heathcote to hang on to it. This is Roberts who will score. Little moment of history. First time Bath have ever won a game in this tournament. And they have won it. And it was their skipper, Paul Roberts, who provided the moment of glory. The 21-year-old top point scorer in the A-League last season. He's been with the academy for a few years now, but that will be one of the highlights of his Bath career so far. Right at the end, Bath win, and it means that they are now in pole position going into the final round of matches to make the final in London at the beginning of August.
So a dramatic late win for Bath, which keeps their hopes very much alive. With Quins, though, already qualified, who's going to join them? Find out after the break. Welcome back to the Premiership Sevens, where we've had the calculators out trying to work out the permutations for qualification. It's close. What we do know is that Harlequins are comfortably through, but who joins them is down to these final 2 games. In a moment, it's Bath against Exeter, but first, London Irish take on Harlequins. Your commentators, Ben Kay, Nick Mullins.
Irish with just a hint of an opportunity here that James Lightfoot-Brown tries to ignite.
Thank you.
Again, it's before. Tackled by Treyfoot. Taken on by Sinnott. That's a very, very handy ball to Lightfoot-Brown. And in the context of the evening so far, this would have to go down as a surprise because Harlequins are behind for the first time. The Irish open the scoring.
Ball is out, play on, back. Release.
Luke Wallace having to work hard to free the ball, which he did. Erda Pagetta, and then with the wheels, Charlie Walker. And then that is the equalising score and the opportunity to take the lead, perhaps. But Charlie Walker's score, second of the evening.
Leave him now wide.
Much more of a contest this for them now, though. But it looks as if they're beginning to stretch away here. And again, from one end to the other. And it's Sam Smith, who has now scored in every match this evening against Bath, against the Chiefs, and now against the Irish. We're looking for some consistency. Won the opening half dozen out of 7 matches in the Premiership season. They topped the table, but then lost 6 in a row to follow it. And they've got some defensive problems here. What a jinking run that was, and what a score from Charlie Walker. He scored some fabulous tries, and there's another one for him. Lightfoot-Brown once again. Time continues to tick, but Lightfoot-Brown continues to go, and there remains hope, particularly as he takes it underneath the posts. It ought to be a 7-point score. And perhaps we were a little bit premature in putting the lid on this match, because Lightfoot-Brown with his second score means that there is still Irish hope. Go. This will end the issue. The break from Mantella got Quins going in their opening match of the evening against Bath and puts the ribbon on it for them in their final game of the evening against the Irish. Yeah, well, it's all boiled down to the final game. Harlequins might have been the quality outfit here this evening, but one of these two will be joining them in southwest London at the beginning of August. Will it be Exeter? Will it be Bath? Form so far this evening suggests it will be Bath.
Touch. Pause. Engage. And release 4. Thank you. Step back.
Jack Knoll tackling Roberts, but Roberts made sure the ball came back on the white side, the Bath side, and now it's they who are pressing towards the line. This is JJ Kilmartin. Has he got the strength and the power and the wherewithal to get there? No, he was held up metres short, but Bath in the end will score through Matt Keat. First blood to Bath. It's they who take the first step towards the final at the Stoop. James Phillips regains the restart for the Chiefs. To come from behind once again. Jack Arnott knows how to deal with coming from behind, and he will score. No one's going to stop Jack Arnott. Paul Roberts is making sure he doesn't get closer to the post than he needs to. But in a genuine 100-metre race, Jack Arnott would be one of the favourites this evening. He has been quick, and he's now scored his 3rd try of the night.
That's a lovely kick-off, plenty of hang time as well. Phillips can't quite get to it, it's well taken.
So it was Buckle who was expertly positioned underneath it. Matt Keat, who did well to get the ball away, finds Paul Roberts, and now it's Bath on the charge. What a game this is. Ball back inside from Kilmartin, and the try will be scored by Tom Heathcote. Oh, that's what Sevens is all about. The restart was won by Joe Buckle, and seconds later they're scoring.
Henry Slade does really well to keep the ball there, stay in field when he's right on the touchline, and he's created a bit of an overlap on the outside by tying the Bath defenders in.
This is Whitehead, the captain. This is Jack Knoll, who has got so much quality and cuts through the defence and scores what may yet be a very important try. The Chiefs are ahead with 5.5 left.
Hurt to get there, but he did everything he could, got right under the sticks. Just that extra effort at the end, you could see on his face how hard it had been.
Still got advantage. Advantage
Still
over.
Over 3.5 minutes to go. There's still plenty left in this match, but as it stands, it is still Bath going through. Still Bath with Harlequins at the final. Oh, and the ball's been lost.
Number 6 not rolling away.
Jack Arnott's on Matt Keat, but it's a penalty. It's taken quickly. Again, this is Heathcote.
And release.
Stretching for the line. Back to the skipper, Roberts. Not quite. Held up by Knoll again.
We're going to have a maul there. That would have been brilliant.
And then the try is scored. Heathcote has scored 2 very, very important tries this evening. Chiefs realistically have got to score twice now, though, because they have to be more than 7 points clear of Bath at the end of it. And with a fairly hefty win now at their backs, Bath, both literally and figuratively, seem to have some control over this match, but hang on. Here goes Arnott again, who in a losing cause and very often on the back foot this evening has worked and produced as much as anyone, as has Henry Slade, who has gone and will score, and the match is back on again. And Slade cuts through to make sure the angle's as good as possible. Still the debate goes on, and still the Chiefs are flying. And now the free kick to Bath, and that will be that. They can just see out time, but they're looking for more than that. They're looking for the big finish. If they get turned over here, they might regret this.
And release. Move away, 5. Number 5.
There's the final whistle. Bath have the penalty, and still they go. They think they have to win. Perhaps they think they have to win. This try won't matter, but it will confirm them in the final if the skipper can score it. He's twisting and he's turning, and Paul Roberts is almost up to the line. Time is up. Chiefs have the penalty.
He was first on his feet.
Surely Bath don't think they have to win to go through, do they?
There, the extra are asking, can they kick it straight out? But they don't realise.
Well, I think that all stemmed from the fact that neither side, Ben, realised that if the score stayed the same, then the Chiefs would have won. But we tend to think that that's not enough to have sent the Chiefs through to the final. Let's see if we can get confirmation of this.
And here is that confirmation. Tension up to the final few seconds and some uncertainty over the rules. But it's Bath who finished second, thanks to the bonus point they picked up for finishing that last game within 7 points of Exeter and having a superior points difference. No doubt about the runaway winners at the Recreation Ground though. Harlequins with a perfect record. They scored 15 tries and conceded just 3 to collect 15 points. They'll be difficult to beat when the finals are staged at the Stoop early next month. At the bottom of the table, London Irish, who led in each of their 3 games but failed to win any of them. They ended up with 4 points. But it's Harlequins and Bath Rugby who go through. And congratulations to the player of the tournament, Ross Chisholm of Harlequins.
We didn't get the barbecue weather that we wanted, but the Bath fans certainly go home happy. They're through to the finals, along with tonight's winners, Harlequins. Join Craig Doyle from Franklin's Gardens next week for the second leg of the JP Morgan Premiership Sevens. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.